All right, so we are live trading right now on this firm account. So during pre-market, we went down pretty good, right? We dropped significantly during pre-market. So what happened? Let's go to this 1 hour. Let's see what happened on the 1 hour. All right, so if we go to the 1 hour, this is what's happening. All right, we came up here. We hit this. Almost hit this swing high. Right, a lot of rejections in the 1 hour. And right now we ran through this supply zone. I'm sorry, this demand zone. We came down here again, hit this demand zone, and so now we spike back up. I believe we're gonna go more in depth into this demand zone. So this is what we're doing with the 1 hour. Obviously, we was on the uptrend from the 1 hour, but on the daily and on the 4 hour, we still technically bullish because everything in here on the 4 hour just internal structure. Yeah, we was on this pull back up, but we still are going down, trending down. So until we go past this right here, then I would start looking at getting in some going up, right? Bullish. Some buys. All right, so that's what we got with the 1 hour as far as the daily. And daily, we ranging on the daily. 4 hour and the 1 hour, we are on this uptrend. However, 4 hour, I'm still biased. I'm still right on the downtrend, bearish. But obviously on the 1 hour, it's conflicting because we're going up. We did a change of character right here. We broke this last lower high, so now that was the lower low. But it's all about getting momentum at this demand area. I knew it was going to go through this demand area. This is the extreme demand area, right? Smart money came in. 2 huge displacement candles. So this was the extreme, and it's a further away from price. We call that the extreme zone. So we at this extreme zone. We got a good reaction at this extreme zone. Now we got to go to the 5 minute and the 1 minute and see exactly what's going on. To see exactly what's going on in this 5 minute and 1 minute to see if we can get a clean entry. All right, so we look like I think we just broke structure. Let me go to my 1 minute. Sorry, we just did a slight change in character on the 1 minute. All right, we did a change in character. So we are at this supply zone. Now we tap this agent low again. I want us to attach this supply zone. But on the 1 minute, we hit a 1 minute supply zone multiple times. So it's actually mitigated. But it looked like it held up. And now we actually just did a change in character. So we got to let this 5 minute play the course and see if this 5 minute going to give us a nice displacement candle down. If it does, then we definitely looking for some shorts. See, I don't like that rejection. We want a strong displacement down because that can easily be a liquidity grab on the 1 minute. So we being patient. And this zone been hit multiple times. Got a little cold, a little bit under the weather, so you might hear some sniffing here and there, but it'll be alright. I'm looking for a nice change in character. I'm looking for a nice change in character on the 1 minute to the downside. Right now, on the 1 minute, we are making higher highs and higher lows. I'm looking for us to make lower highs and lower lows. So I need a change in character on the 1 minute to, since we're at the supply zone. Although the supply zone doesn't look strong, right? It doesn't look strong at all. On the 5 minute or the 1 minute supply zone, doesn't look strong. So I'll be surprised if this, because it's a mitigated zone, so I'll be surprised if this zone actually hold up. Let's see if we are truly bearish, right? Excuse me. I said I'm in the weather, man. So I'm looking at past this. I'm on Apex right now, trading with Tradeovate, and I'm looking to pass this account. Let's see what we got. Alright, so it look like we're just doing some ranging right now. We're consolidating at this area. Alright, right about this zone. Price action. Really don't know what it wants to do. So we sit back and wait. For the 1 minute, I'm looking for some type of change of character or break of structure. Right? So for the downside, I'm actually looking for the downtrend. I'm looking for some sales. But I needed to, since it's at that supply zone, and this supply zone super weak. It's been mitigated. It's weak. It's not even mitigated. It's just weak. It's been tapped multiple times. So I won't be surprised if we go higher and tap into one of these other zones. And let's see how we react once we hit these other zones. I'll be highly surprised if we start to go down from that zone start to go down from that zone and continue our downward trend. So what I do, I trade supply and demand with market structure. Right, I mark my zones. I look for impulsive moves going up or down, depending on the trend. Right, if we're going up, obviously I look for impulsive moves going up, and I look for inefficiencies in the market. Inefficiencies, fair value gaps, and it leave behind, right, displacements, impulsive moves going up. Look for fair value gaps, and it leave behind these zone areas, aka supply and demand zones. And what I do, I wait for price to come back to that zone, and then I look for an entry based on certain confirmations. And what we want right now, I'm looking for a strong displacement down. You guys looking at the 5 minute, right? I'm looking for a strong displacement with a 5 minute, and I want that displacement to break structure on the 1 minute. Break structure on the 1 minute. So that confirmed the change of character, showing that we going back to the downside. Okay. You see, we broke structure right here, but it was only a wick. All right, it was only a wick. I want a strong 5 minute. I want it to close strong. Then I start looking for a clean entry to the downside. I think I'm up like $800 in this account. All right, so we still got a lot of buying pressure down here. Right down here, we got a lot of buying pressure at this area. So we can close with this strong displacement candle. That'll be good. Still, the only problem is we so close to this 1 hour demand zone, right? Okay, so that's the first step. We just did a change of character. Just did a change in character. Now, since we did that, I'm looking for, I want this to close. I need this to close heavy though. I need it to close. Displacement close. So I'm gonna wait for this candle to close. Now that it's closed, it's about to close in 10 seconds. That's what we're looking for. All right, I want to pull it back. Now I'm looking for, now that we did a change in character, I wanted to start a new 5 minute and come back up, right? And I'll be looking for an entry. pull it back a little bit higher, right? It's 10 more points. So if I switch to the 1 minute, right? I'm trying to pull back into this zone right here. Pull back into this zone right here. Pull back into this zone. This supply zone. And put my stop loss around right here. Is it gonna tag me in? It's not gonna tag me in? No way, no way, no way. No way, Jose. Oh my God, didn't even tag me in. That's so disheartening. Oh, I wasn't trying to see if I. That's so bogus. That's what I freaking wanted. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to manually get in. Man! That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. Oh, that sucks so bad. Oh, guys, that sucks, man. It didn't tag me in. I'm gonna have to manually get tagged in. What would I be? Now I'm not so crazy about the trade. It ain't. Boom. It didn't quite hit yet. I'm not. Man, oh man, oh man. $28, that's 20 more points. That's like 20 more points. It's nuts. Kind of. Man, this trade is about to go without me. That sucks. Cause now if it hit me, I'm not crazy about it anymore. Man, that sucks. I'm pissed. Oh my god, it didn't tag me in. It didn't make a new low. So, see if it comes back up. So, what I'm looking for in the 1 minute, that would have been a perfect entry, right? So, this is low, right? So, if this becomes a high, if this goes lower than this low, right? If it breaks structure to make a lower low. And that it's not doing that. That's what we wanted to see for the continuation on the downside. But I'm butthurt because I didn't get in. Just missed me. Could have tagged me. Could have tagged me right here. Even if I was directly at this supply zone, which is right here. That's why it missed me. I was, I don't know, a tick short. It didn't make a new low, guys. Look, it didn't make a new low. That's the dangerous part. It didn't make a new low. It could make double bottoms. So this trade ain't looking so sexy anymore. But I think it's going to go lower. It's going to fill up some more orders at that demand zone. But I just couldn't get in. I just didn't get tagged in. That would have been a perfect entry. Perfect entry. We'd have been at like 30 points right now. And we just made a new low. That would have been a perfect freaking entry. Now to get in, don't chase, right? Gotta see if there's a good chance. Now that it made a new low on the 1 minute. It didn't stick on the 5 minute though. So it only wicked on the 5 minute, which is disheartening. So we gotta see. We got a nice rejection candle right here. All right, we got that rejection candle, but we didn't close yet for a new low on the 5 minute. We want to close. We want to close. Perfect freaking entry. And didn't get tagged in. Been up a good 40 points right now. Look at that shit. Ah! ain't gonna hold you and say I ain't pissed. Man, oh man, oh man. Oh my God. So this is what I'm looking at in 1 minute, right? Right here. And it didn't tag me in. So we go to 1 minute. This is where, right? So I came just short. Since I do supply and demand, I mark my zone, right? It went down. It did a change of character. Mark my zone. I wanted it to come. It did a retest. I wanted it to come into my zone. It just missed my zone, so I didn't get tagged in the entry. Can you guys see that? Look, I didn't get tagged in the entry. It was right here. 707 I entered. I would have been entered in the trade. And I didn't get the entry. Look. Never entered. Man, oh man, oh man. That's so disheartening. Oh my God. With hit TP would have been good. Would have been good as gold. Now it's in the 1 hour demand zone. And guys, it never entered me in. Right here. Just missed it. Didn't get enter in. Now we are in a 1 hour. We are in this 1 hour. Let me show you. We are in this 1 hour demand zone. Let me refresh it. All right. I am livid. I could have got in with a chase. Refresh it. All right. I could have. See, we're in this 1 hour demand zone right here. So now we fully into it. Boom. 1 hour demand zone. See what happens once we hit there, but truly do sucks. I didn't get tied in. Man. That was such a freaking easy trade. Man. Never got tagged in. Okay. Let's look for another opportunity. Lost my cool. Now we in demand zone. Now we deep into the demand zone. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna remove that. Let you guys see back to the 5 hour. We got another supply zone right here. We could potentially come back to. Let's see if this 5 minute displacement stick. Let me go to my 1 minute. Let's see. So right now we are heavily in this demand zone, a 1 hour demand zone. So I gotta be super mindful when it comes to these supply zones now, because now we in a demand zone. We was uptrending, we in a demand zone, and you just can't blindly get in your supply zones. You have to base it off structure. to see if we are making higher highs, right? So if we do this, if we start making higher highs and higher lows going into this zone, all right, going into this zone, let me make sure you guys can see this. Okay, yeah, you good. All right, so if we are making, let me go back to, if we are making higher highs going into this zone, higher highs and higher lows. So we are making higher highs and higher lows going back into this zone like this, all right, and like this, and let's say we hit this zone. Well, I just can't blindly get in the trade. I need to wait till we do a change in character. So for example, like this. So I need to wait until because now we're in a 1 hour demand zone, we can be fully bullish. We can blow past all these zones, or we can go to this zone and then come back down. So I have to wait till we do some type of change in character. Just like I just waited right now to confirm that we were bearish. So I have to wait till it comes back down like this. Now start making lower highs and lower lows, right? To make sure we back on the bearish trend. So that's how I do, especially that we in this 1 hour bullish. This 1 hour demand. And it also depends on the velocity, the speed that it goes back up. That determines a lot too. If it shows displacement candles going directly back into this zone, I'm definitely not getting in. I would be lying if I say I'm still not upset about that not getting tagged in. I ain't gonna hold you. See, look at the 1 minute. Look at the 1 minute doing right now. Look at the 1 minute doing. All right, let's look at the 1 minute. Let's look at the 1 minute. Look what it's doing. Just exactly what I just said, right? It's higher highs and higher lows, right? Low, high, low. On the 15-second, it'll show you, especially then a high, right? So because we hit that demand zone, and then if you looked at on the 1 hour, you see it's wicking big time. So we have to be conscious of our next deal, bro. That might have been it. That might have been it. Let's see if we can get another entry. If not, that might have been it. Man, oh man, oh man. The only good thing about it haven't moved with the momentum yet. Since it's been in this zone, right? It haven't moved with a rejection candle since it's been in this zone. That kind of tell me we definitely can still go lower, because you see these big displacement candles on the 5 minute. That's smart money stepping in. That's institution stepping in. And to not to chase that, right? Not to chase that. It's a skill by itself. I know it's only compound, but it's forming good habits, right? That's where you form good habits, because if you were to chase that on your compound, you're going to chase it on your funded account. It just, just how it works. So you don't want to develop those type of habits of chasing, oh, it's a combine, I can just chase it. No, you don't want to do that. How many points that would have been? That would have been a bit. Yeah, I'm still soaking over it. That was my setup. I would have got out at probably around 850 if it would have been. But since it went down like that, I mean, 6. I'm on the wrong one. 5 minute chart for y'all. Yeah, this the right one. $50, but it went all the way down. Yeah, that's on the point. That's 2 G's. 10 contract would have been 2 G's. All right, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get another opportunity. So on the 1 minute, price is making higher highs and higher lows. What up?
You be up this time.
Huh?
You be up and at it.
Oh yeah, I've been up since I'll be up 4, 5 o'clock every morning.
Yeah.
That kid, I'm live trading on YouTube right now too. I'm pissed I just missed my shot. On the 1 minute, we making higher highs and higher lows.
Oh yeah.
On the 1 minute. No, I'm talking to these people on YouTube.
Oh, it's live?
Yeah, it's live.
I said I'll be back. I know. I'll be right back.
Yeah, bro, I got a little girl wrapped up. You don't even know the half. I ain't gonna tell at you.
I got another hour. I'm gonna hit you back soon. I give this like another 30 minutes. I'll be done trading.
Yeah, because I'll be at another school anyway.
All right.
All right, for sure.
That was like a classic. It's my brother, but your boy calling you up. And, you know, that's the last thing you want to hear when you trading. Nothing matters right now. Nothing. My 1-year-old here in there asleep. Wife is working. Nothing matters. I'm trading. Kids off to school. Nothing even matters to me. Nothing even matters at all. And here's the thing too, right? You know, if it comes back up to this, we still have one up here. So we got a low, and just follow the market structure. We got a low, lower high, but then a low. So now, let me delete the Asian. Took this. I don't care about this anymore. Now I start marking out areas. This doesn't matter anymore. So this is what we're working with. We're working in between these two areas. All right. So now on the 5 minute, anything in between here is internal structure. All right. So if I was to zone this out, right, anything now, we're still in the downtrend. We still in a downtrend based off this market structure. We got a low, we got a lower high. Now we got a lower high, we got a low. Why? Because it broke this structure right here. Boom. That's what came back in and touched that. So now we definitely can be going back down, but it touched that. It broke this structure right here. So this was a break of structure. All right, that was the break of structure to form that new low. This only can be a lower high if this lower low this lower high, this lower low validated. This lower low right here validated this lower high because it broke this lower low. Lower low, lower high, lower low. So what I'm looking for, I want us to go up here. I want us to go up here. And then I'm looking for something like this. All right. You come up, hit this, and just go back down. That's what I'm looking for. Supply and demand mixed with market structure. Let me delete that. It's irrelevant. So until we, like, anything can happen within this area. Anything can happen. If it goes out of here, I know we're breaking to the ups. We're most likely can be breaking to the upside once we break this. So I can potentially look for longs if we do a change of character up here. We break this structure down here, I know we continue to go to the downside. So within this 5 minute, then you go to the 1 minute and see what the 1 minute, the lower highs and lower lows look like. And it's practically the same thing. And it is the same, right? You got the high up here and you got a low down here. I might not get another opportunity. Let's see if we get another opportunity. Probably no time soon is what I'm saying. We're probably not getting another opportunity no time soon. I'm like, just get in, right? You no, it's not my setup. Even if it's a combine, it's not your setup, man. You gotta develop good habits. Like on the combine, you can leverage more, but you still gotta trade your setups. I had a great setup. I didn't get tagged in. Let's look for another one. And when to lose on that setup, I'll be okay. That's how you take the emotions out of it. Was my behavior great when I didn't get... No. Because I knew it was a good... Shut up, sorry. It's a little salty. But... Just got a test for Verizon. Thank you for 7 years. I was with T-Mobile for longer than that. I like this slow action right here though. Going into this supply zone. Going into supply zone right here. I like that slow action because if it would have came up here in a rush, we got a lot of rejections right here. But we would have came in a rush, then to me that supply zone would have been dead. So this supply zone can be extremely dead right now. We can still go up to this supply zone. We got a lot of imbalances, right? These are called imbalances in the market. So price went down so heavy. We moved so fast. We created a lot of imbalances in the market. And what I do with these imbalances, I wait till there's some type of correction. Right? I wait till there's some type of correction within these imbalances that I can potentially... I really don't like this one. I'm gonna take this one off. Take that one off. That one been touched already, really. This one that actually broke the structure up here. Came back up here. Oh yeah, so yeah, I look for imbalances in the market. So since price, as you can see, price was going down so rapidly, it finally made a correction, and I didn't get tagged in. Had my set limit right here, was waiting on it, didn't get tagged in. Was off by 1 point, didn't get tagged in, and it went down on me. So now I look for another opportunity. It made another supply zone right here. I'm looking for this to go up, hit this supply zone, right? But I'm looking super careful to market structure. You go down to the 1 minute, right? You look for confirmations. You look for before you just get into this zone. Like right here, I was looking for it to tap this zone because this zone was already mitigated. It already been tapped multiple times. Actually, was a weak zone. So once it came right here, this buy side liquidity, then it started to go down. So I didn't get tapped in on this zone. and it just went down on me, right? So that was that. And now I'm just waiting for another opportunity. I wanted to go back up here, hit this zone. I don't want to see a displacement candle all the way up here. I don't want to see that. I want to see gradually going up here, right? I want to see gradual grind, whatever, going up here. Slow pace. I don't want to see a big 5-minute candle. Boom. Because if you go down to the 1 minute, if you see what the 1 minute is doing, so this is what I'm looking at with the 1 minute. All right, so this is why I didn't get tapped in. At look at that, I almost got tapped in. It did a break and retest instead of going to the zone. All right, my zone was right here, just missed me, and it went down on me right here. Made another supply zone. Made another zone right here. Boom, went down. So I'm looking for a good push back up to the upside temporarily to come back down. And again, we can still feel this zone up here can still get filled. So it can skip past this zone, can be inducement. So I have to be very careful about this zone now, because this zone can definitely be inducement. All right, so let's see what it's doing. Market is doing this on the 1 minute. It just pretty much look like it's starting to go down. All right, back it up this way. Again, it's just internal structure. This really doesn't matter, right? This is just internal structure. All this is internal structure. I won't say it doesn't matter, but I want to see exactly what's going to happen once it reach here or down here. Because even this right here is not the lower high. Because the lower high is up here. This is the lower high. So let me mark this out. These are the range prices is playing to. All right, low. Oh, all right, created a base. The price can easily come back up here. Can come back up here. It can skip past the zone, come back up here, hit this up here. This still fresh. These zones are both fresh. So that's what I'm looking for. Now we go to the 5 minute. Again, man, I'm just patiently waiting. All I'm doing right now, looking for my setups. I don't care if this is a combine, funded account, because the thing is, when you trade, again, when you trade differently, man, that can cause a lot of problems. Trade your setups and your combine account the same way you're trading your setups and your funded account. That's a must. I could have easily got in when it was doing this, chased it, and I would have won a trade. But guess what? I would have won a trade, but that type of behavior would have transferred into my funded account. Because now I'm accustomed to chasing trades because it didn't tag me in my setup, and now I'm accustomed to taking trades, and I'm doing that on my funded account, and that can easily cause you to blow your funded account because you're doing it on your combine. So we have to be mindful of that. You want to stick to your same habits. And yeah, with my combo, I'm going to leverage a little bit more. But I'm still going to trade my regular setups. Man, I'm blessed right now because my baby is taking a good nap. I got a 1-year-old. And he's rule the real when he wake up. So I ain't got no distractions. I'm in my office. My door is closed. He sleep right there on the couch. I can hear him, if he wake up. So my wife, she's in her office. She's working. So we're starting to get some movement to the upside. Now I can start getting real interesting. All right, start getting real interesting. We got some movement to the upside. We got some movement to the upside. Let's see how this plays out. Boom. I'm always looking for 50 points or more, right? So that'll give me a good 73 points. And that'll be an aggressive entry if I enter there. That'll be a real aggressive entry entering at this zone, right? And it can be a trap. This can be a zone where smart money wants you to get in. Like I said, it can be an inducement. Entice you to get in, and it can skip past right this zone and go up here to this zone. So we left by a lot. We left when we went down to the downside. We left a lot of inefficiencies in the market that price need to recoup. See how price aggressively going up right here? And I say I don't want to see a huge displacement candle. I want that to be broken up, going up to this zone. See that? Remember, I was telling you I don't want to see, and we are reacting off this. Also, keep in mind we are reacting off this demand zone. So price just flew past that, right? flew past that zone, and let me show you guys what I'm looking at with the 1 hour. So you see that? Let me refresh it so you can see it. Now you can see it. So this is the zone price reacting to. So we have to be mindful. We can potentially now go up. It tapped deep into this zone, and now it can potentially gain momentum to go up to the upside. Right? This zone was induced, and it hit this zone. Right? Got a rejection candle. Not a strong rejection candle from the seller's point, but let's see. So we wait. Let me see. So we wait. Now, if we tap back into this zone, now this zone becomes weakened. So that gives me a little bit more confirmation. That gives me a little bit more confirmation that this zone is not as strong, because the more this zone gets tapped into, the weaker it becomes. It ain't quite tapped back into this zone yet, but if it taps back into this zone, that's a little more confirmation that we can possibly continue to go on the downside by this zone needing multiple taps to build some momentum to go up. Back to the 5-minute chart. Man, it takes a lot of patience too, man. I had to learn this to be patient, because I ain't gonna lie. Like before, I would have just got into that. I would have just got into that trade, and I would have lost that trade. Especially before, when I first started to get supply and demand. I'm still learning how to work this stupid man. I would have got into that trade. I would have lost it. I'm like, oh, what happened? But now I know what to look out for. I'm more seasoned, right? I'm a 1-year trading vet. I know you just can't solely rely on supply and demand. You have to look at other confluences like market structure. If you do like a Fibonacci, maybe you want to do like a Fib. All right, it's in the golden zone. Maybe you want to do a Fib, but you need other confluences besides the Fib. Price action or market structure, right? Everything to me is market structure. If you're doing support and resistance, you still need market structure. Trade lines, you still need proper market structure. Supply and demand, market structure. ICT concepts, market structure. Most traders honestly don't know how to do market structure. I can tell just based off, even if it hit my zone, that we are still making higher highs and higher lows. Based on, I go in the 1 minute time frame and look at how price is reacting. Price went up, made a low. Let's see if we can eclipse this high. Eclipse this high, we doing higher highs and higher lows on the 1 minute. So there's no need for me to jump in thinking that the price is going to go down. That's gambling. That's on the hopes and dreams. I need to wait till we break some type of structure to say, all right, well, now we hit supply and we did a change in character, followed by a rejection candle, displacement candle, and boom. And then you live with the results. As long as you get in with your setup, you live with the results. I think that's a lot of people's problem. They don't know their setups. Boom. So it just hit another on the 1 minute. It hit a supply zone on the 1 minute. So now what I'm gonna do, now that I hit that zone, I need to wait to see if we can break, if we can do a change in character. Because right now we're on the uptrend. We're trending up. And it's super dangerous. It can be super dangerous for me to still be looking for bearish, because we offer demand, and we offer a demand, 1 hour demand, and we were trending up on the 1 hour. So all this can just be, we wanted to go down here and get some. So I'm going to see if we do a change of character. We don't do a change of character, right? Not at this area though, right? Not at this area. At this lower high right here, if we do a change in character up here, then I'll start looking for some buys. I'll start looking for some longs. All right, so we do a change of character up here with this lower high. If we do a change in character, I start looking for some longs. All right, so this one is a break structure. We do break the structure right here. Then obviously we continue to go down to the downside. But if we do a change character this lower high on the 5 minute, I start looking for some longs, because right now we still in the short territory. We still short. It's not a reversal. We still short. All right, so what we doing right now, we hit this zone multiple times. We are in the zone that I wanted to hit when I missed my trade. We in that zone right now. That's why we getting this reaction. All right, we in that zone right now. So if I show you the zone that I'm referring to, on the 1 minute, this is the zone I'm referring to. The zone that I originally wanted it to hit. All right. That's why we getting that reaction. But until we break this low right here, I'm not worried about it. We can react all we want. We got a high, we got a low, now we got a high on the 1 minute. So until we change the character on the 1 minute, this right here, right, on the change of character, based off this zone, all right, then I can potentially start looking for some type of entry if everything goes in order, right? Let's click back to the 5 minute. We gotta get confirmation, guys. We gotta get confirmation. I pity the fool without confirmation. I pity the fool. I pity the fool without confirmation. You gotta get confirmation, man. You gotta get confirmation. Right? Not just hitting the zone. I wanted to change structure. I wanted to do a change in character. Let me know we going down. I need the market to shift. In order for the market to tell me it's shifting, it need to break this. It need to do a change in character. Break this higher low. Pity the fool without confirmation. Right, so even when you do a 15-second low, high, low, right, low, high. So this can be a low high if it makes a low, which it just did right now. So you used to watch a 15-second time frame, you know we are making low highs and low lows. But in order for me to really take it seriously, I need this to go down, especially when this been tapped. It haven't been tapped. It just it was making low highs and low lows in this. So why it's in this supply zone? Back to the 5 minute. See what the 5 minutes. See if I see any displacement candle. Okay, so we did get a long displacement candle. Because price got room to move all the way down to the lower high on the 1 minute, right? And you might think it might be reversing or going, not reversing, but continue to go down. But price can move all the way down to the 1 minute. Then where buyers at on the higher low on the 1 minute, it can go back up. So you gotta be mindful of that. I cherish the day. Yeah, so this 1 minute zone, it did end up going out, but then it been tapped again. So it's been mitigated. So that was twice been tapped into. Yeah.
So then we can move forward with Josiah. I won't owe, but I no longer receive tax credit for Jay.
I'm live on YouTube for Jamie.
Yeah, Mr. July.
On YouTube, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll back it on. But next year, so the accountant said that we should switch. So going forward for FAFSA, because that's what caused the EYJ not receive as much.
Yeah.
We should only use your income and not mine when we file FAFSA for next year. Because what will happen is Jaden will get more deductions based
Hold on, I
on.
don't want the whole world on business. Hold on.
Well, that's why I'm trying to. We want to seem like we still covered.
So price is definitely making lower highs and lower lows. Right, which is good. So price is making lower highs and lower lows. So what I'm looking for price to do is I want price to continue to go down. What we got from here? How many points is this? 73 points. Because again, price can go right here, continue to go back up. Because this is the 5 minute. But if you look on the 1 minute, what I want price to do, what I'm looking for, and on the 1 minute. See how price rejected out that zone? You guys see that, right? And I'm looking for price to do a change of character. Lower high, lower low. I'm sorry, higher high, higher low, higher high. I want price to do a change in character right here. Then I'm looking for some type of pullback into this zone. That's what I'm looking for. So when price can do that, then I will get in. And I will accept the results. So that's exactly what I'm looking for price to do. I want price to do a change of character. So higher high, higher low. break this higher low, because this is a higher high, break this higher low, come down strong. I want to pull back somewhere in this area. I want to pull back. Then I look for entry. Can price give me that? Let's see if price can give me that. We got nice strong displacement candles. And I want price to make a new 5-minute low, because we come back up here. Now here's where we buyers are at right here. So I won't be surprised if it start going back up, because buyers are right now at this higher low, which, as you can see, price is going up because buyers stepped in. I need us to go lower. See what I mean? Let's recap what I just said, guys. Let's do what I just said, right? This is why it's super important to understand market structure. Because, and I just said the market is going to go up, because I'm talking about it's going to make a push up, because of that's where buyers at. So we go down to this 1 minute. See this? This is where buyers is at. That's why I need us to break this higher low. Buyers is sneaking out right here. Can you guys see that? Yeah, buyers are sneaking right here, because this is the higher low. This is where buyers is at. See, they pushed it up the first time and it went all the way up there. Well, prices where buyers want to buy it right here. So I wanted it to go down, then come back up and hit this zone. But price don't want to mess with me. So we wait. We wait. We wait, we wait, and we wait. Yeah, see, price ain't do exactly what I, if this would have went down here, so if this would have went like this, right, we shot up here and we started making lower highs and lower lows, and price did this, then it came back up to this zone, oh, I would have got in. I would have easy got in. And I wanted us to go down, right? I would have easy got in on that. And let's see a price, because this is a supply zone. Why it's getting, all right, this is a supply zone. That's where it showed that reaction. But if price would have went down, that would have been a great area to get in at, to show that we are on a down. But this supply zone can be extremely weakened because of the fact we didn't change characters. Now, if you get in right here, this would be an aggressive get in, because you don't have no confirmation. So you want confirmation, because this supply zone didn't break any structure. So this supply zone would have broke structure, would have did a change of character, right? Break this higher low and did a change of character, then that would have made this supply zone much stronger. But this supply zone was enough to push it down, but it didn't do a change of character. So I don't believe in this supply zone right here. That makes sense. But let's see what happens. Refresh this. This look kind of funky. What? Alrighty. Ooh. Make only collaborate with others. Let's see what we got going on. So I don't see an opportunity yet. I don't see an opportunity yet. I'll probably get another 30 minutes, man, on here. Again, we missed out on 2 opportunities. We had one before pre-market. Didn't get that. Missed that. Ended up walking away from the computer. Came back 30 minutes later. Had hit my setup and went in the direction that I wanted. Obviously over 50 points. But then the second setup I just missed. So that's why I was so harping on that, because today was missed 2 setups. Set my limit and didn't get the setups that I wanted. And it happens, right? Set my limit on the second one, didn't get the setup that I wanted. So today was tough. Didn't do a trade. It is what it is. I am going to end this stream, right? We are hour and 30 minutes in. I'm going to give it probably another 30 minutes to an hour off camera and see if I can get some type of setup. But